Well, hello everybody. Hope the apocalypse is treating you well. We got a delightful preview in the mini extravaganza today. So I'm here to help you out. We're going to do just a blurt through the spoilers, and then we're going to talk about the really important thing. So yeah, we got the Pelta uh, and the other ships. We got 3 cards from each. So we got a Jedi who basically acts as a mini redirect. The more tokens you spend, the more you kind of get to quasi redirect. Clone Captain Silver or Quicksilver. Go from speed nothing to speed 3 if you want. Seems like he's like the emergency brake on those acclimators. I've flown so many of them off the board. Well, Fialarin, healing your squadrons. Pretty fantastic. Ahsoka, sort of snipe. Clone Commander, Wolf, Assault everywhere. Interesting. Opens up a lot of like messing with tokens shenanigans. Particularly when you can have 2-3 peltas carrying slicer tools. So there it's tricky. Plo Koon, giving you accuracies to hunt down those scanners. It's kind of nice. Tickless is interesting. You're giving away what you're doing, but you're maybe doing it more effectively. TI-99 is horrific. Counter 3 and a bunch of vulture droids that are just sitting around doing nothing else and are going to die. Admiral Trench seems priced Thrawn slightly. I don't know. Parcel is a very interesting card. San, I've forgotten what he does. Oh yeah, extra squadrons and Marduk. It's like, yeah, that is an interesting balance. And yeah, we can go through these a little closer. So let's do. Anyway, this is the reveals. Go like there are people with bigger brains who can tell you more about them and give you better thing. But the more important thing is unconventional warfare. So it's a campaign. You can go light side or dark side. Light side is the Galactic Republic and the rebels. A dark side is the separatists and the uh, Imperials, obviously. Build with strategic approach perks, which give you a little perk, or without. And then you basically report your results down here. So there'll be a link to this in the description. All so their mini extravaganza, which ends on Saturday. So I think you've got to get your games in for the weekend. So basically, play the games, submit the results, get them in. Now you may be thinking, oh, so many new cards. How do I build a list? I don't know what I want. I know which faction I want. I know I want to be light side, but I'm a bit lost. So we have quickly built 6 lists, or sorry, 2 lists for each faction that you can play with, so that you don't have to worry. So, but this is a very interesting. So it's a worldwide event. You just fill in the survey of your results. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, and you don't even have to build with the perks. But here I've built two of each faction, taking advantage of each perk, each different list. So you can have Unrivaled Starfighters. Start of the command phase, up to 4 friendly squadrons may move at speed 1. These moves do not trigger squadron keywords or call squadrons to push their activation slider. Or Anvil and Hammer. At the start of the ship phase, all friendly ships may move to 2 shields from ship's hull zone to another of its hull zones without exceeding the hull zone maximum shield value. And then you have restrictions to allow you to get these perks. So each fleet must, for Unrivaled Starfighters, each fleet must have at least 2 ships with a squadron value of 3, and you can't have an SSD. That's what this reads like. And Anvil and Hammer, each fleet cannot include more than 1 ship with a command of 1 flotilla, 1 raider, etc. and each fleet must contain at least 3 ships. So it's hard to swarm. So, quickly. Rebels, Anvil and Hammer. So we go 2 MC-80 assault cruisers. Decked out, one with Agate, one without, and one with Willix Blissix just to try and help the ship that doesn't have it. Both have engine techs that are fast, both have reactive gunneries, both have early warning systems, both link turbo laser towers, and both have Mon Calamari Exodus fleets for extra repair. Then we've got Redemption with auxiliary ship teams, and a GR-75 with parts resupply to keep everybody resupplied. And I'm finally seeing that we should have Ahsoka on that ship. Actually, we should have Ahsoka here, because it doesn't matter where she is. And we are good. So we're going Ion Storm. Oh, yeah, so we've got auxiliary shield teams on Redemption to try and keep it alive. Parts resupply on the transport. Ion Storm, basically, you can set up all the obstacles close to you, and your long-range firepower should then be triggering those crits. Fleet in being, because getting back defense tokens on assault cruisers is fun, and volatile deposits, because again, those long-range crits for making stuff blow up. Let's hammer and anvil for the rebels. Then we have Unrivaled Starfighters. So we've Agate again, Assault Frigate Mark B, Torn Fireflight Controllers, Reactive Gunners, and Gallanthaven. An expensive enough ship, but survivable. Pelt Command, Raymond Altialis, Fighter Coordination Teams, and All Fighter Follow Me. So there's the 2 ships with Squadron 3. Then we've got a Bomber Command Center, Bright Hope, and then we've got a Tantive and Ahsoka, and a Corvette A for handing out tokens. Then we have, why we're taking this is because we have got so many B-Wings. We've got all the B-Wings, 4 generics, 2 aces, and then Tycho and Chara to tie people down. We have Station Assault, because only our fighters should have stations, Asteroid Tactics, and Infested Fields. So you've got Fighter Coordination Team, you've got All Fighters Follow Me. These B-Wings are moving speed 4, maybe speed 5 a turn, and getting to whatever target you want. And then the objectives help them get there. Okay. Then we have Anvil and Hammer. So for the Imperials, so we're only allowed to have one command, one ship, so that'll be a Raider with decaps, high AI emplacements, and Corvus, and this is to help deal with other fleets that are Anvil and Hammer. Got a Kuat with Motti and a 7 Fleet Star Destroyer, Glad 1, 7 Fleet Star Destroyer, and Assault Concussion Missiles and Orbital Experts. And there's 2 of them, and then an Arcadon Slide Cruiser. Motti keeping everything alive so those shields can redirect. I think a Raider is definitely worthwhile having this fleet ability, and then the 7 fleets for just keeping that Kuat in the fight. We're going with Most Wanted because we can stick it on the radar and Corvus it out of the way. We have Fleet in Being, because again, we're going to moving these guys into the center, and then we've got Solar Corona for that deployment advantage. Okay, then we are onto Unrivaled Starfighters, Gazanti Cruisers, Motti again, keeping everybody alive, because I'm lazy, I don't know. Then we have, so the Victory one and the Quasar give us our squadron commandees. We've got another kitten, Emperor Palpatine on the Quasar for just annoying people, and decaps, and then Squall. So we have a good, hefty, chunky Victory one. It'll be hard enough to tie down, but then it's got fighter coordination teams for pushing fighters. And we've got Squall on the Quasar for pushing fighters. And then we have 4 fighter sprays, Bosk and Major Rhyme. I'm with Dengar to give them intel. So again, this is, let's get these rogues up the board and then they will muller somebody. We went for station assault, but in fact this should be surprise attack. So that maybe if they have their flagship, they get ambushed. Fighter ambush because we've got a lot of rogues. And superior positions because it's fun. Save that change. Okay, Anvil and Hammer for the Galactic Republic. This one was fairly simple. 5 acclamators, all with ordnance experts, all with external racks, and bail on them. Yeah, this is like throw as much hull as you can, get in close, murder. So blockade run, because we're gonna go fast. Contested outpost, because make them come to you. And doom station, because we're bringing the station with us. Unrivaled Starfighters. So we've got 4 arcs. They're slow, but they want to get there, and they will get there. And they're your 4 fighters that can move. We've got Anakin, we've got Ahsoka, and we've got 2 turrets. We've got Implacable for keeping those turrets alive. We've got so an Acclamator 1, early warning systems keep alive, Bale, flight controllers, turbo laser towers, and Novota B. So swarming 4 dice arcs can fight their way as that. And you've got basically all 6-year squadrons are going to be getting flight controllers each turn. The warning systems to keep them alive, and link turbo laser towers to help with the flak. Implacable and Novota B for keeping stuff alive. Then we've got a charger, just a straightforward charger for throwing in some dice. Reserve hangar bay and link turbo laser towers to again help with the flak. Surprise attack, because those arcs on the assault, hyperspace assault, because arcs and an acclamator arriving is funny, and doom station for bringing the station with you. Okay, and so we've done, yes, Anvil and Hammer for Separatists, 3 star frigates, all with early warning systems. Again, like the idea with early warning systems, and the reason why they're in all those fleets, is you can cover the kind of you can cover whatever's getting stripped, reduced down, and then it leaves shields in place to move it to you're getting your one hull zones obscured, and then one's kind of getting shields redirected to it from free. Then we've got 3 linked turbo laser turrets, and we've got a hard cell with foreman laser, slicer tools, engine techs, and chart officer. It is get in there, survive as long as it can, and provide the targeting beacon for Kraken. Then we've got 2 dry fighters and 2 vultures, just to try and keep those fighters off our back. Targeting beacons with the Kraken, with LTT, so you just keep rolling those reds into doubles. Hyperspace assault, because again, it's no fun when a munificent shows up in your backyard. And volatile deposits. We are throwing so many reds, we want them to be exploding. And lastly, we have Unrivaled Starfighters with 2 comms frigates and 1 hard cell. We basically want to be able to hit the enemy deployment zone on turn 1 with 4 hyena bombers, basically. Got your fighter coordination teams all across the deck for just pushing. You can push your DFS 313 into an obstruction to tie people down. You can push your Harchal into the middle of the fighter ball, and if they want to move away, then without killing it, there's going to be trouble. And then you've got your 2 hyena aces, 4 regular bombers, and 2 tri-fighters. And the idea then is you've got 2 Municomps with flight controllers, fighter coordination teams, reserve hangar backs, and linked turbo laser towers. So basically they can just push the fighters, and maybe you'll be able to get them on turn 1. We've gone for precision strike, because we're happy with that. Asteroid tactics or infested fields. Now this actually should probably be surprise attack. But yeah, and force them into the other 2 anti-fighter objectives. Whew, need to take a breath. So that is 8 lists in hopefully about 8 minutes. Get you started on unconventional warfare. This is a fantastic initiative. Well done, AMG, for giving us something to do. I will be around on Discord if anyone is looking for a game. But you don't have to think. Here are 8 lists ready to go. All right. Hope the pandemic keeps you all well. Talk to you soon.